Hello everyone and welcome to another Gotham City Chronicles. Today we're taking a trip away from the core scenario booklet. We're going to the Wayne Manor expansion. Specifically, this mission is called Burglary at Wayne Manor. So while Batman is off gallivanting around Gotham City with his friends and family, capturing criminals, one thought it would be a good idea to come to Wayne Manor and loot the joint. Specifically Tusk and his hired goons. And the only man standing in their way is Alfred. Alfred is going to have a little bit of help in this mission though, but to go over it, this game goes until villain turn 8, so villains get the last turn in this scenario. One more turn than normal for the other ones we played so far, but because there's only one hero, it will probably go a little bit quicker. I keep saying that and these do tend to run on a little bit, but we'll see. So you can see the layout. You can obviously see a bunch of zeros in a few different rooms. There is 6 zeros. They indicate a lootable of some type, something expensive in Wayne Manor. That's what the hired goons want to get. They have to do a complex manipulation of 3 to successfully loot it. If they loot at least 5 things, they win. And there's also some items for Alfred to potentially use. Halberd, cavalry saber, hunting rifle, and a blunderbuss. Also the safe here is concealing something that will be revealed later on. The other thing to note is Alfred can recruit some help from Batbots, which are stationed in certain rooms. They start deactivated though, and he has to raise the mansion's security level by doing a complex thought of 3 on one of these consoles. He has to be in the room and activate it successfully. It'll get replaced with a console, and for each console, at the end of a hero turn, any active Batbots get a turn. If they die, because they only have 1 health, they will respawn over here. I think that about covers everything. Let's see. Well, no, we can look at Alfred's card real quick before we get started. And the general enemy locations, so like Tusk is there. And then he's got the prison suit guards, he's got the shotgun thugs, he's got the Willem Dafoes, he's got the other thugs, and he's got the crowbar guys. In terms of who can do complex manipulation, the Willem Dafoes and Tusk himself can. And the thugs in the orange prison jumpsuits are the only ones who can actually loot. The rest are just there to protect them, I guess. So here's Alfred's card. He comes equipped with a rolling pin as standard, which adds a yellow die. He's got that the skill that Damien had last time, where he can make someone move for free by spending 1 thought. He also has the luck skill, which lets you reroll 2 dice. I double checked the rulebook to see if you can reroll rerolls, and you can't if it's free. So in other words, say he was doing a complex thought, he rolls orange rerollable dice. Say he rolled them, didn't like the result, he used that reroll. You can't then use luck. You can, however, spend on a reroll over here. So yes, you can reroll a reroll if you spend, but you can't reroll a reroll if it's free. And I double checked the rulebook. We'll talk more about the Batbots once at least one of them is active, but this is their card. It's just a minion card, essentially. It works the same way as like Montoya or Gordon or not Harvey Dent, Harvey Bullock. How they kind of bring cop NPCs with them to back them up a little bit. They have little cards like this. Orange red for physical attack, orange red for a ranged attack. They've got the burst skill, protect skill, 3 armor, 1 health, etc. They technically shouldn't be on the table until at least one is activated, but I wanted to show their locations. There's 2 ways into Wayne Manor. Front door, gazebo, and that's it. Oh, and there is 3 reinforcement points for the villains, but they are flipped to the red side because they are inactive, and something will happen with them later on. So the heroes, Alfred does get the first turn as we go into hero turn 1 and get things going. So per the scenario, no energy cubes start in your fatigue, so Alfred has all 10 he's allocated ready to go when the game starts. So there's nothing to decide. He's obviously going to go active. He has 10 to play with. He's not great at fighting. There's obviously items to pick up. He's starting right at the staircase, facing down the 3 thugs in the door. They're not thugs. But the first thing he's going to do is do his free movement, which is 2, and just go boop, boop, into this room. And he's going to, so not a thug, he's going to try and activate that computer so he has at least 1 Batbot going. And he's going to use 3 for this, so 3 rerollable orange on his complex thought. He just needs to get a 3, which he did not get, but he has rerolls on these. So he only got 2, which is annoying because now he's going to have to spend 1 on a spendable reroll. Are you actually kidding me? Are you Alfred? Are you okay? All right. Well, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Wow, he can't spend any more. He needs to activate that computer. I guess technically he could waste some more cubes, but no, he's just going to wait. That is an appalling first turn, but that's what happens when you have bad luck. So they go into fatigue, and it goes straight over to the first villain turn, right over here. And you can see what the board is set up like for the villains here. They have all their energy to play with, but it is going to be the Willem Dafoes that activate first because they can actually steal valuables. So let's come over here. This Willem Dafoe is going to go 1, 2 because he's going to try and steal that valuable. This one is just going to go 1, 2, and there is enough room because this can hold 6 and these are just 1 each. He's going to go 1, 2, and oh, there's only 3. Yeah, sorry, that's something I forgot to mention in the setup. There's only 3 of each henchman. Again, to kind of reflect that there's only 1 hero, I think. So that's why there's only 3 of each. So he is going to use a white and an orange. It is a complex manipulation of 3. He failed. He would have to reroll both. That's probably not worth the spend. So that would be it for him. This one can't do anything. This one can't do anything. So at least the villain also had an appalling first turn. Although he does get to activate another tile, obviously. Tusk himself can do manipulations. And the prisoners can. Tusk is cheap. He gets 2 movement. Let's activate Tusk while he's cheap. He's not going to do anything other than move, unfortunately, because of where he starts. Oh, what's his size index, though? His size index is 2, okay. So, he does fit in there because it's 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple as that. So, that is the villain turn done. And we're immediately over to hero turn 2. And Alfred is going to stay active. He's going to get 2 energy back. He's immediately going to spend 3 to activate this insert bad word here console. Come on, Alfred. I have faith in you. Buddy. Buddy, though. Rerolls. Buddy, though. What on earth? He's going to spend 2 on pay for rerolls. You know, I was testing these off camera. Like, I wanted to know what my percentage chance was, or not percentage, but averages. The average on 3 orange dice is 3. At least that was the conclusion I reached. This is shocking. But what can you do? He failed again. This is what happens when you only have 1 hero to do everything. That is literally it. I'm so sorry, Alfred, but it's over to villain turn 2. I might need to pause here to think about what the villains are going to do. They get 5 energy back, although they only had 4. I don't think you can do warning. Oh no, you can't. Well, you can activate warning, but there's literally no point until the reinforcement points are activated. Also, everybody is conscious still, so whatever. But you know what? Let's activate. Since Alfred's having a bad time, let's activate the prisoners for 4, because they can also steal valuables. They move 3 actually, so you can probably go 1, 2, 3. They're just gallivanting around Wayne Manor. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. And they also roll. Oh, they have a rerollable yellow and a white. It's different. So let's do this one here, trying to steal that valuable. The yellow is rerollable. Succeeded. This valuable has been stolen. I'll just put it over there. Why not? So that valuable has been stolen. This one's going to try and steal that. He did. This could actually be the shortest video I've ever done for this game. And the last one can't do anything because he's there. And that was just the first tile activation. Alfred has an off day, okay? He's a little out of it. On the plus side, it's just going to be a cheap brute activation. Oh, didn't put their tile back. Sorry, let me just stretch over. It's going to be a cheap brute activation, and they can't loot. So, they do move 3. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can hold 6. So you can move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They're just looking around the place and looting everything. And 1, 2, 3. So that's it for the villain turn. Oh, Alfred's got to do something. And I think he's going to stay active, but give me a second to think about it. So Alfred is staying active. He's using 3, and I swear if he doesn't do this... Thank you. Okay, finally some progress. Now, thugs can go into rooms with computers and deactivate them, but this computer has been activated. This Batbot will activate at the end of Alfred's turn. He still has 2 free movement, so he's going to walk in here. He is going to spend 1 on a automatic manipulation to pick up the blunderbuss. Now the blunderbuss is a one-time use, so I think he's just going to fire at one of the thugs out of spite with his last energy cube. So normally we just get a yellow, but the blunderbuss adds 2 black dice. Just move these to one side. So that thug is definitely dead. I didn't specify, but he was hitting the tougher of the 2, obviously. And he can't do anything else. The blunderbuss is used up. He is in a room with a valuable, which well, he would influence the chance at rolling the 3. He would make it 1 more difficult. But yeah, so his turn ends. Now normally if you have a minion, what you would do is spend automatic thought and the minions get actions. But the way this scenario works is different. You have to end the hero turn, then assuming a Batbot is active and hasn't been destroyed, it gets to do an action. So they can move 2. You might only want to move 1 though, to make use of the burst ability. In fact, he wouldn't need to move any because this is the same room. That hasn't been a move yet, and he can attack then move. So yeah, he's going to shoot his ranged. I guess he's firing batarangs out of his wrists at this square here, aiming at the Willem Dafoe because he has less armor, with a orange and a red. And what burst means is any additional successes that carry over can be applied to another enemy in the same square. So he rolled 3, take away the 1 automatic defense, 2 damage. The Willem Dafoe could block it, but the villain only has 4 energy to play with. So let's say that Willem Dafoe. Well, the Willem Dafoe, they're some of the important ones. He would try and defend them, I think, because the Willem Dafoes are important. Needs to get a 2. Got a nothing. That Willem Dafoe's gone. So then the Batbot can move, and he's going to cause problems. He's going to move out here and stand in the hall and be like, hey, don't read into this too much, but the mansion is protected by Batbots. So that was, oh, I didn't flip this over. That was hero turn 3 that just happened there. At least Alfred did something, although he's definitely going to have to rest. Over to the villains for their 3rd turn. So we're over here for the villains' turn. They're going to get 5 energy. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're going to activate the brutes first of all. So that is 3 cubes gone. The brutes with the shotguns, that is, because there is actually more brutes than the ones without shotguns. So they move 3 as well. So this brute is going to move 1, 2, because he's going to try and kill that Batbot. This one is going to move 1, 2, 3, just to get inside the manor. As is this one over here. 1, 2, 3. So the only shooting that's going on is him into the Batbot. So it's a single black die. He got nothing. It's not rerollable for free. Probably not worth spending on either. So the Batbot gets to Batbot another day. And then goes in there. And who else would be activated? Probably the Willem Dafoes again. Not leaving the villain much to play with, but at the same time they might as well capitalise on Alfred wasting 2 turns and not getting a turn next turn because he's resting. So they move 2. So let's go 1, 2 into the square for him. This one will move 1, 2. He's going to try and steal that. And the other one is unconscious and can't be recruited again yet. So, yellow and orange and a white rather. See if he can steal this. He got a 1. He's only got 2 energy cubes left. That's not enough. So no. So nothing stolen this turn. But we already know, as we go into hero turn 4, which is the halfway point, that Alfred is resting for his turn. Now the Batbot still gets to do something, but Alfred is resting. He needs a rest. He's old, so he gets 5 energy, but doesn't do anything. Now the Batbot is on the same square as 3 hired goons. He's got to go after the Willem Dafoe because they're the ones that you want to defeat. So he's going to get his attack, which is an orange and a red, targeting the Willem Dafoe. Hit him for 3, that comes down to 2. The Batbots don't have martial arts. Nope. So 2 damage. Doesn't have the energy cubes to defend, so that Willem Dafoe is gone. Now keep in mind, even if they do all go, Tusk can also manipulate, and they will get a chance to come back. It's at the start of Hero Turn 5 actually, so special things happen next. Was that one activation? I think that was one activation for the enemy this turn, right? They only have 2 energy cubes left, however. So they can opt not to spend. It's worth pointing out. Is there any point activating the crowbar, guys? They could go after the computers to bring the mansion's security level down. You know, I think this is actually a bank for the villain. I think banking is a good idea. So yeah, they don't have much to defend with next turn either. So that was meant to be villain turn 4, actually. So we are going into hero turn 5. So this is where 2 special things happen, I believe. So let me just go quickly double check that. Alright, so double checked, and at the start of hero turn 5, 2 things happen. First of all these reinforcement points are now active for Tusk and his gang. So 1 there. He also gets 2 free reinforcement points, which are being used to bring back the 2 Willem Dafoes. And 1 is going to be up here in the pool area. And the other one is going to be... same place, I think. Yeah, we'll do it the same place, because they need to get to the top of the mansion. The other thing that happens is that the mansion unlocks armaments to fight off the intruders for Alfred. So this safe is now opened, and a rocket launcher has been made available to him in this room. So I guess we can just take away the safe because the safe is opened. So it's just there for him to grab, and it is his turn 5. He is going active, so that means he only gets 2 energy back. And he's going to use his free movement first of all to move, this is a big room, to move 1, 2. He's going to spend 1 more in movement to get to this computer, and he's going to try and activate that computer, and he better have better luck than he's been having. Here we go. Good enough, he's already got it. So this computer in here, and thus this Batbot, are activated because the mansion security level has gone up again. And I don't think he's going to do anything else on his turn. He could go for the rocket launcher, but the rocket launcher is really only good for killing Tusk. He could pick up the hunting rifle, but it would weigh him down by 3. The rolling pin would weigh him down by 1. He'd lose all his movement bonus. He also has built-in armor, but that would also get lost as well. No, he's going to wait. That's going to be the end of his turn. So all that's going to go in there, but then 2 Batbots get a turn. Starting with this one up here, who's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to fire his Batarang guns, or whatever they are, at that shotgun thug. Got him for 1, but the villain does not have enough to heal, to help defend with, really. So that thug is gone. And this one is just going to punch the shotgun guy. Why not? Wait, that shotgun guy could have shot him, right? I feel like I activated them but didn't shoot them. No, wait, no, I remember rolling the black die. Although I did forget, and this is a mistake I made in the last battle report as well, they have point blank. I got point blank confused with the ability that the Court of Owls people with the dual pistols have, which give you an automatic success because it's the ranged equivalent of martial arts. Point blank is a reroll if you're shooting someone in the same tile as you, so that guy should have got a reroll against him. Because he was in the same tile, it wouldn't have mattered. There you go. That is something I forgot to correct from last time. But that Batbot rather didn't do anything the other one did. And with that, let's see what the villains decide to do in their turn 5. So we're back over with the villains. They're going to get 5 cubes. They're immediately going to spend 3 on the man himself, Tusk. Then he has got 2 movement. So he's going to bring himself inside the mansion. 1, 2, and then he might as well try and smash this Batbot. What does he get for an attack? An orange and a re-rollable black dice. Oof. He's tough. So yeah, he got 6. So this Batbot has been destroyed. But what that means is that when it rolls around to the end of Alfred's next turn, it gets recreated and placed here. So we'll just put it here, but it doesn't get a turn because it's getting reconstructed. So yeah, okay, Tusk did something. And then the prisoners are going to activate for 3 and try and steal some more valuables. Because that's what they're there for. They're there to make some money after getting out of the joint. So, This one over here will just move to where this Willem Dafoe is. Try and snatch it out from under him again. And they move 3, yes. So 1, 2, 3. There's no dangerous or difficult terrain in Wayne Manor. And this one here is the last one who hasn't moved. Now there is a bat bot in the way over there. He'll go 1, and then that would be 2, 3 to go up there, because he's getting the menace from the robots. The robots only have 1 menace. Yes, they do. Alright. A white and a rerollable yellow. Let's start with the one that went up into the rocket launcher room. Whenever you're ready. Nope, okay. Try this one here. Rerollable yellow. Well, if it becomes a 2, I suppose it might be worth a reroll. Nope. And this one in here. Thank goodness the enemies are also rolling badly. Nope, never mind. This lootable has been looted. So that is half the required... Well, actually no, they only need to steal 2 more, because if there's 5 taken, that's an insta-fail for poor Alfred. Okay, well, that's the way it goes. That was the other activation for the villain, so this goes back in the river. These go all the way over here. He only has 1 cube, so he isn't going to be defending much. But it is into Alfred/Hero, turn 6. Okay, so Alfred's doing some funky stuff. He's going to stay active, so he only gets 2 power. He's going to drop his trusty rolling pin, because his melee is only white dice, and that only adds a yellow. It isn't good enough, and it weighs him down by 1. So he's dropping it. Dropping an item is a free action, so he's just going to drop it in that room. And he's going to pick up the hunting rifle. He's going to struggle and eventually pick up the hunting rifle, which will cost a successful automatic manipulation. It weighs him down by 3, so he now only gets 1 bonus free move, not 2, but it doesn't affect anything else over here. And it adds a rerollable red to his ranged attacks. So what he's going to do now is shoot once at the prisoner in the adjacent room. They're connected by an orange line, so they're allowed to be shot. And he's going to try and snipe him, because Alfred is apparently a good shot. Rerollable red. Good enough. It means 1 is going through because they've got 2 armor. No, they only have 1 armor actually, my bad. So 2 damage. Can't be defended against. Now, does Alfred want to do anything else? He has 1 free movement. He might as well use it and go into this room. That gives him the option, sorry I wasn't really showing that there, that gives him the option of picking up the rocket launcher, but it would weigh him down entirely. Does he want to do anything else with his turn? And I don't think so. He needs some enemies to walk into his line of sight. No, I think he's gonna pass. So when his turn ends, well, first of all, obviously his energy goes into here, but this bat bot is reconstructed and doesn't get a turn. This one does, however, get a turn. He's going to move out here. He's going to punch this brute, because the brute is right there. Oh, perfect. We have the dice here ready. So that's 3 minus 2. It's 1, but he's not going to defend it. So that brute is gone. And that's it for Alfred and the bat bot's second last turn. Yep, so now it's into villain turn 6. So we're back over with the villains again. 5 power, or sorry, well, you know what I mean. 5 energy cubes over, and 2 are being spent for the basic crowbar thugs, because they could run a little bit of interference if nothing else. They do move 3, so there's 1, 2, 3. There's a lot of them in that square there. This one is going to move 1, 2. Just 2, because if he moves 3, Alfred can just shoot him, so he wouldn't walk into line of sight. He wants to kind of block the way to the computer and stuff. And where's the other one? Is the other one dead? Oh no, he's right here. 1, 2, 3. This square has space for 20, so there is more than enough room for all these thugs to stand. They didn't do anything, but they're helping claim the lower part of Wayne Manor, so Alfred has had to retreat to the top, and he might just end up staying there. The other activation for this turn, let's just do the brutes for 2, because they can punch one of the robots. Or one of them can anyway. So he is going to go after this robot. And, oh, the other 2 are gone actually, so just him then. 2 white dice and a yellow die. On the bat bot. And that is 3. They have automatic defense of 3. which you can see here. So that is not enough. Good. The villains had a bad turn. It can happen sometimes. So we go into Alfred's second last turn, huh? Turn 7, I guess we can just jump straight in. He is going to stay active, so he only gets 2 energy. Gives him, what, 2, 4, 6 to play with. He has 1 free movement, and he's going to move his free 1. And then, because of the orange line, he can actually just shoot this thug, so he's going for 1 cube. So that's 1 yellow and a rerollable red. Good enough. With only 2 energy cubes to play with, he is gone. But now what else does he do? He kind of just wants to defend, like basically give up on that valuable, and then as long as those 2 don't get taken, he wins. So I think he's just going to stay where he is. Bank his power and have a good turn next turn. Yeah, let's do that. But the Batbots get to go, including this one up here, and they move 2. So he's going to move 1, 2, and because they're adjacent by an orange line, he can shoot at this guy here. And then roll a red and an orange. It spun real good. I don't know if I can use cubes to reroll. I don't think I can. Normally you might be able to, but not for this special scenario, so nope. Oh no, those guys can only have 1 armor, so 1 did get through. You know, he would try and defend them because he needs to live. Just gotta block 1. He did. Fair enough. Then this bot over here in the middle, he has movement of 2, so he can leave that square because it accounts for the menace index. So he's going to walk into here and he's going to attack. Who's cheaper? The Willem Dafoes. He's going to hit the Willem Dafoe. And he obliterates him. Gone. So that Batbot did good. And now it is over to the villains' second last turn. So the villains are going to have to be very efficient with their spending here. They get 5 energy back, so there's their 5, which gives them 6 to play with in total. So on that subject, it's all getting spent. The first thing that's getting spent is the shotgun brutes, and that's for a discounted 2, I guess. And their goal is to at the very least counter his menace, but also is going to try and kill that bot. They move 3, so this one might move, say 1, 2, 3. He's going to go after Alfred because he's heartless. Why not? And there's only 2 of them on the table because the other one's dead. So remember, point blank, so it becomes a rerollable blank dice because that's what point blank does. So this one on the bot, not good enough. On Alfred, you monster, rerollable because of point blank. 1, Alfred has an automatic, oh he doesn't have. Oh no, he does, as long as he's below weight limit 4 he gets, but that's an automatic success, so he still has to spend 1 on a success for it to apply, I believe. Here's luck. Luck applies. Okay, so he blocked it. Thank you, Alfred. So, that's okay though, because the other half of the villain turn is to spend the remaining 4 cubes on the prisoners to go for the Hail Mary theft strat. So they move 3. This one ain't moving. He's going to try and steal that. This one, however, is going 1, 2, 3 into this square here as well. And there is room, because there's room for 8 apparently. Although good luck fitting that many minis in. So he's going there. And this one is going to try and steal this valuable. And it is very important that he does, but there's no dice to help him. Well, that is a 2. But the white was a blank, and there's no energy to spend on rerolls. That doesn't necessarily mean it's over for the villains, because they could try again on their final turn, assuming he's not dead. This one, you might as well smack Alfred, because he is also a monster. You hit Alfred for 3. That's pretty good. Alfred is gonna... he's gonna block 1. So 2 plus an automatic success from his shielded ability. He has the ranged and close combat version. Means he successfully blocked the damage. That's what you get for messing with XSAS. So, it is now Alfred's final turn. Turn 8 is where the game ends on the villain's turn, so they end the game. So Alfred is going active so he can actually do stuff. Now, what is Alfred going to do to try and secure this victory? He's got to take out the thugs with the prison uniforms. I think that's all he needs to do. Now, if you're shooting at a target other than a target that's point blank with you, you get a negative if you use a ranged weapon. I don't know if that applies if you're shooting with a ranged weapon at an enemy in your tile, but there's also another enemy in your tile. It may not matter. It may, I don't know. But I really want him to kill that prisoner, so let's just say he spends 2 to make it happen. So that's 2 yellow plus a rerollable red for having a hunting rifle. Is that good enough? Yes, because there's nothing to defend him from and he only has 1 armor. So again, even if the menace applies, that would still just be another -1, so the 1 would still get through and still would kill him. So I think that's fine. Then what will he do? He has 1 free movement. I really wanted him to shoot the rocket launcher, but I don't think he can do it because he can only move 1 right now. Is there a way to do it? You know what? There is. He can choose to drop the hunting rifle for free. So he just drops it, because that's a free action. Then it goes back up to 2 free movement. He only needs 1, and that's good because that menace would count against him for the other 1 to walk into this room. He spends 1 on a manipulation to pick up the rocket launcher, which costs weight 4. I don't know what that... Does that flame actually cost? I'm going to read up what that flame does afterwards. But for now, all that matters is he's going to shoot it. It's a one-time use. He's going to shoot it at that shotgun brute for 1 more range. So that's a yellow plus 2 rerollable black dice for fun. Okay, rerollable. He only did 4. It could have been up to 12. No, 12. 10. Doesn't matter though. The thug goes. And so does the rocket launcher because it's a one-time use. But yeah, that does do a fire effect. So we are moving into Tusk's last turn, and he ends the game. But I'm going to quickly look at what that fire does, because if it does actually create like a fire obstacle, that cuts off 1 route towards the objectives and would help save the game. So before we go over to the villains for the final activation, it does indeed put a level 5 flame token. Was it level 5? I misplaced the card now. I think it was level 5. So that is level 5 dangerous terrain. So anyone walking in would take 5 yellow dice, automatic wounds. But I believe then it rolls around to another hero turn if there was one. It flips over and it's dying out. I don't know if it does less damage when it's dying out or if that's just saying, hey, on the next turn, boom, it's gone and you're safe. But yeah, this place is cut off, more or less. So the villains, it basically means that they can't win. It's going to be a pyrrhic victory for Alfred. But 3 is being spent on Tusk. And he is going to move his 2 to go. Just 1 in here. And he's going to try and steal that valuable for... Wait, no, he doesn't have Manipulate. He has the thing that brings the computer down. Whoops, my bad. He can also smash through walls. Oh, in that case, he's just going to punch the bot. Take it out on the bot. Rerollable black dice. It doesn't need it. The bot is gone. I've forgotten which machine that came from. I believe it came from... Oh no, it would have been that one, because that one's been repaired. Also, he should have done something at the end of Alfred's turn. I've totally forgot. He's blocking it. Again, it doesn't matter because Tusk is gone. There's only 2 energy cubes left, which means the Will and the Foes could get activated for sure. They can't get to a valuable, and we have reached the end game condition if we come over here. Current step is to check the end game conditions 2 of turn 8. The villain has 5 valuable items. Nope, that didn't get met. The villain has fewer than 5 valuable items is a hero victory. It would have been the villain victory if they had 5. They got 3. They really should have had that one, but they didn't get it, which still would have left 1, 2. So Alfred has managed to defend the manor. So that was one of the sillier missions, and I do like occasionally there are these silly missions. I love the idea of him John Wicking his way through the house. Well, if you ignore him taking 2 wasted turns to activate a console with only a difficulty check of 3 and failing with rerolls, that's embarrassing. If you ignore that stuff, Alfred ran, grabbed the blunderbuss, shot a guy, ran, grabbed a hunting rifle, took out like 3 guys, and then just for fun grabbed the rocket launcher and shot someone and blew up part of Wayne Manor over here. It's an amusing concept for a mission, and obviously it went quite well. Something might have been done wrong with the activation of the robots, but the robots didn't do that much in terms of stopping the NPCs who could actually grab the valuables. And that's the thing, although the villains obviously massively outnumbered Alfred, not many of them could check for valuables. As it turns out, it was only the prisoners, and the Willem Dafoes. I thought Tusk could as well, I got confused. He just has a very high chance of destroying computers, which would have brought down the mansion security level again. So we will see Wayne Manor missions in the future again, but there's a lot more required for some of the other ones. Some of them require the Batcave extensions as well, and I don't have enough room here for those, unfortunately. We'll see what we can do about that in the future. So I think next time we'll be going back to Ace Chemicals, where Bloom is up to no good, but don't hold me to that specifically. We will eventually be going to the Asylum, but again, that's down the line. Got to paint up some more henchmen. I sincerely hope you enjoyed, despite any minor rule errors. The basics are always done correctly, at the very least. It's just occasionally forgetting what a symbol means, and that's not so bad. Wouldn't mind some clarity about what damage it does when it's dissipating in effect, like if it's poison, fire, frost, etc. But anyway, yes, please do show your support if you want to see more Gotham City Chronicles in the future, and I'll see you next time. Ta for now.